Okay guys, so just thought I'd do a quick video because these arrived today. Nice shiny new C-hubs. Now these are for the HSP, I believe it's the Kulak. And I thought I'd take a chance on them because I'm currently running axial ones on Skybrid and they don't fit properly. As I'm sure most of you know, you've got to shim them out to get them to fit properly. So I thought I'd take a chance on these and they arrived today. So here's the original Scout C-hub. And as you can see, they are a pretty close match by all accounts. All the shape and size of gaps and holes and things. So I got out my little old vernier clamp, and upon checking most things, don't know if you can see that, 9.93. Uh, 9.96, so that seems to be about right. And the other side, $14.96, and this side, dead on, 14.96. So, if we're lucky, this is going to work. And I believe these are the correct bearings. I've just pulled them out of my bag of bearings, so they better be. Yeah, that's the front bearing for the Scout. I'm very sure, because this is the only thing that takes one this big, is the internal bearing for the Scout. So, moment of truth, guys. Okay, that one's tight, to say the least. Let me go and screwdriver. Alright, okay, so that seems to be so exact. There you go, it's going in. Perfect. Guys, that is a winner. That is an exact fit. My tool of choice for bearing pushing. That is a perfect fit. Now the moment of truth. Now this is, because it's such a machined fit, that bearing has got to go in the hole perfectly square. You get it at a bit of an angle, it won't go in. But check that out, guys. It is a win. Bonus. I shall post the link in the comments. We can all benefit from this. HSP Kulak. That now gives me confidence that the hub carrier will also fit. I'm still waiting on that arriving, but that is a bonus, guys, an absolute bonus. And these were for the pair, with all the nuts and bolts and top hats for them. Those were, I think it was like £4 or something. Bonus, guys. Proper win. Okay then, guys, so these other parts arrived today. The hub carriers and the lockouts. I have to say these lockouts are considerably heavier than the stock one. Make sure I'm in video there. This is a stock one. And this is, yeah, I think that's a solid piece of metal there. So it is two-piece, just like the Scout. It's screwed onto the end here. This one hasn't got its screws in because I had to take it out because these axles are the only ones I've got that are semi-working, even though that one snapped. But yeah, this one's stripped out, so I super glued them in, and it actually held up well enough that I snapped this one. But when I tried to get them out, I ended up, you can see it on this one, I ended up scoring it really badly and cutting it partly with a pair of pliers, and that's what caused it to snap. But anyway, so let's get to checking things out. Okay, so I've got my little digital gauge, make sure it's zeroed. Okay, now I've had a look. I haven't tested anything yet and I haven't measured stuff yet. So this one, based on where that's sitting, then the bearings here will sit on this top collet here. So we measure that. That's coming in at 987, and the Scout one is coming in at 989. 988, 989, so that's almost exactly the same. On the opposite side, should be about the same. 993, 4, 991, 990, that kind of a ballpark. And this one, exactly the same, 991, 992. So all good so far. So let's measure the overall length. 2607. This one looked longer when I was holding them. 2791, so it's about a mil longer, just over. Now let's measure the actual crown gear itself. That'll tell us if it's the same teeth. 3767 and 3806. So I'm not sure if there's possibly another tooth there. No, there's no extra tooth there. That is just microscopic. Okay, so that all seems good. So, moments of truth. Let's put the bearings on and see if they fit. Okay, so very, very slightly sloppy. Very slightly. Don't think it will be a problem. But there is a tiny bit of movement there. Try a slightly different bearing. That one's a bit tighter. Yeah, so maybe just going through your bearings. Don't know if you can see how well you can see it there, but there is a little bit of slop there. And on this side, oh no, that side, that's a perfect fit. So maybe what would be needed on this side is maybe just glue it. Maybe a bit of glue would just be enough to shim that out, because it is tiny. There's a tiny little bit of play, but overall I'm pleased with that. I think that one will work fine. Next test, drive shafts. Now I've sanded this off a bit because this did have super glue on it, so it might be a bit stiff. Let's see. Perfect fit. And the other side, yeah, perfect fit, guys. So no sanding or anything required. Try this other shaft. Just for, there's a little bit of slop in there, just a little. But you can see with these, the hole isn't actually square. It's kind of like where the rectangle is. There's little dips. Oh, my phone's telling me low battery. Some little dips. So you do get a little bit of play in there. And with the Scout one, do you get play? Oh, you won't with this one because I super glued it. So that's really tight. Test the other one. Yeah, all good. Axles fit in. Half shafts fit in. Very nice. This one. Oh, that's it. Helps if I put it in the right way. There we go. Axles fit lovely. Okay, so next test before we assemble this is these. Now these look very much the same. These do look, positioning of screws and everything. I have a sneaky feeling, guys, that this will fit straight on. Don't know if you can see it on the camera there, but the angle of the rotation, you know how the mount is offset, it is there on this, but not quite so much. Slightly less rotational angle. on that. Okay, so I've cleaned out my gearbox, diff box as best I can. So let's try putting this all together and see what happens. Okay, so that's in. It's going to sound rough because I've taken all the grease and everything out. Now, that little bit of length difference at the end there, that does seem to be making a bit of a difference. I'm guessing there's a bit of a difference in the height there. You see here. So I think what that would need to make sure it stays snug so that doesn't slop around. I don't think it can anyway because of the pinion gear onto it. But what I think that would need is washer. Just putting in here just to make sure that bearing stays at the end of its cup nice and snug. But for testing purposes this will do nicely. Let's see how we get on here. Helps if I get this in the right place, doesn't it? There we go. That one's in there. Now this one. So I've got two axles. This is the one where I adjusted the steering lock, increased it, and it ended up cutting off the dog bone off the end. Now this is the right axle for this side. But I really want that dog bone on the end to see that it all fits with the cups and things. So, seeing as we know that fits, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this half piece here and just rest it there so I can test it properly with the dog bones. Okay, so casing on. Seems all good. Right then, so big moment of truth, guys. C-hub. Any particular way this goes? Don't know. Let's have a look. Oh yes. Don't know if you can see it there. Lines up perfect with the holes. So that is a winner, guys. Bona fide winner. There we go. HSP hub carriers fit nicely. And now I've got all my screw parts here. Now to get these on, I've got two old, these are from one of my first Scouts. Hopefully they haven't changed. Done a fair few miles of these. Okay, so let's test this in here. Perfect fit. Now we need top hats in. So let's get those in first. Now these, I could use the top hats that I've got, but mine are tatty and old and messy, so I'm going to use these nice shiny new ones. Top hats in. Half cup. Oh no, top hat's falling out. I hate trying to put these in when you're not using grease. Use a bit of grease, it helps them stay in. So let's get those where they're supposed to be. Steering link at the front. Well, it's very nice that it's a snug fit, but it's also a pain in the bum. There we go. Screwdriver. Oh, it's nice when you're using machined bolts and not crappy plastic, has to be said, guys. This is going to be a bit of a longer video. We're already up to 11 minutes, but I figure you're all going to want to see this. Now that is quite tight. I expect it does need to bed in as well. So quite a tight assembly. Let's see about fitting these screws in too. Now, these ones look a bit long to me. Don't know. I've got a sneaky feeling they're going to hit the axle when they go in. These are the ones it came with. I don't know, just they look too long to me. The axle's still spinning okay. Keep gently tightening it in. And yeah, you see there, as I tighten it, it's actually hitting the axle. So yeah, these screws are actually no good with it. These screws it comes with are no good for those because they hit the axles. I'm going to put them in for now anyway. Just not put them all the way in. We'll stop there for a moment. That's one done. Get the second one. So getting top hats first. Oh, I'm wondering actually, are they the same length? Yeah, these screws are all the same length. Pity those screws don't fit. The other screws do. Those ones don't. Okay. Excuse me being a bit off camera here. This one's a bit easier fit. Kind of. 2 seconds. Sorry about that. Yeah, the other one's just a bit of a snug fit, so it's a bit tighter. This one's much freer. So I've no doubt the other one would just loosen off to fit. That one's a lot looser, a lot better. Okay. Get this screw in. Yeah, so the screws that come with your hub carriers, you're going to have to change them, guys, for shorter ones. They look to be about 8mm. They'll need changing for probably 6. Or to be fair, if we get new Scouts out of HPI, we can just use the screws out of them. And those ones will fit because these are a direct transfer. And I've just realised I've put the bloody hub carrier on the wrong way around. Hold on a sec. Right, okay, sorry about that. I've just put this one on the wrong way around and it's pointing up the other way, so I thought I'd quickly change it. Right then, so what have we got now? Because there isn't a wheel on, you can see here, I was wondering if the steering range was limited. You can see that cup's dropping, and obviously when it drops, it limits the steering. But the moment I pull it up, steering comes back. Obviously this is currently limiting steering as well, that nut under there, because they're too long. But as you can see, guys, I mean that does look pretty darn swish as well, and drive shafts all work perfectly. That one's not turning because that's a snapped axle, but you can see this one. It's all turning lovely. So there you go, guys. The C-hubs, and hub carriers, and diff lockers for the HSP Kulak all fit perfectly. And to be fair, I'm guessing if they fit perfectly, I'm guessing the end cups and drive shafts would also fit as well. Bonus.